Hello, fellow armchair astronauts, and maybe some real astronauts. Who knows? I know there is a NASA engineer following me on Twitter, so an astronaut is it doesn't seem too far out of the picture, you know. Anyways, my name's Liam. I created this YouTube channel. Space is kind of cool, which bit of a misnomer. Space is very cool. It's not just kind of cool, but I like the name. Someone said maybe I should change it. Someone on Reddit said that, but it's kind of memorable, you know? So I think I'm going to keep it. Anyways, this is just a little video. It's going to be kind of podcast-ish, I guess, where I can talk about news and spaceflight without having to do tons of research and write a script and everything. Because that takes a lot of time. Each video I make, even though they're only 2 minutes, takes about 2 hours of time to write the script and record and edit, and even the research is what takes most of that time, actually. So yeah, just kind of more casual video. First, before I get to spaceflight news, though, I'd like to talk about channel news. First of all, this channel's going nuts right now. 500 subscribers in less than 2 weeks after launching the channel. If you've ever done YouTube before, you know that that doesn't happen very often, where you get so much growth in such a short time. Anyone who's ever tried to launch their own YouTube channel will know that in the first month you'll be lucky to have more than a dozen subscribers. So 500 in 2 weeks is kind of insane. So just thank you to everyone who's been supporting the channel. I've got tons of super supportive comments and pretty much nothing negative so far, which is fantastic. People really like these videos, which makes me happy. I would also like to say thank you to the Orbital Mechanics podcast. I believe it was Ben, who's one of the hosts of the podcast, gave me a shout out on Twitter. He also sent me a message on Reddit saying, how long are you going to keep up posting videos daily? You're going to kill yourself. I did stop posting videos daily because I started a new job last Monday. But I would keep posting videos daily if I could make money off this YouTube channel maybe. I don't know. I need money, so I need a job. But I enjoy making these videos. They're fun to make, fun to learn and research about the topics, and it's really fun to see such a great response from everybody. Another piece of news about the channel is I launched a Patreon. There was a lot of people who said my mic is awful and I should get a new one. And I don't really have money to drop on a new mic. That's like $150. So I've launched a Patreon. Someone on YouTube, actually, I'll get their name quick. They suggested I do it. Their name is Nate Rowe. He said, make a Patreon. People will support you, so hopefully he's right. Go and support me if you want more stuff for the channel, higher quality videos. Yeah, you don't need to do much. I think the minimum is $1 a month, and you could cancel at any time, so if you just want to give me $1, that's cool. I also put ads on the channel, so you will see ads on the videos, but on videos that are like under 5 minutes long, I will only have the overlay ads, not pre-rolled ads, because it's kind of silly to have to watch a 30-second ad for a 2-minute video, don't you think? But that's enough about the channel. Let's get on to the space news. First thing I'd like to talk about is the Antares test fire. Antares is a rocket that, during its last launch, in I believe 2014, blew up. So they completely redesigned a bunch of stuff on it. It has new first stage engine. They've redesigned it to make it safer, make it more reliable, and they're getting ready to launch it again in the next few months here. So they just had a full duration test fire on the launch pad. They also had to rebuild the launch pad because it kind of got blowed up with the rocket. And yeah, very cool news. It's gonna be mainly a resupply it's mainly going to launch resupply missions to the space station using the Cygnus resupply vehicle. But it will probably launch other satellites and could potentially be a very successful rocket program. The next piece of news is the SLS booster final qualification test. The booster had a few tests before this, but this was the final one to qualify it to be flight ready. It was a full duration burn and went completely successful, so that means we are getting very close to launching SLS, which will be the largest rocket ever created if it gets to its final configuration. This first one, which will launch in 2018, won't be quite as powerful as the Saturn V, but it will be much more powerful than anything else that is around right now. Next piece of news is the 4th consecutive flight of New Shepard, Blue Origin's rocket. It's just suborbital, it goes straight up and down. But it's interesting because it is reused, it lands vertically, just like the Falcon 9 does. And they've been able to recover the same vehicle 4 times now after flying it. So that's big news for reusable spaceflight technology. SpaceX has recovered 4 boosters, I think, but they have not reflown any of them yet. They will be doing that soon, though. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what SpaceX has in store. Next piece of news is the PSLV, which is India's launch vehicle. It launched in, I believe, mid-June with 20 satellites on board. This is kind of interesting because I think it might actually set a record for most satellites deployed by a single launch. And it means that there is a high demand for smaller satellites, which is cool information, especially with other companies like Firefly Space Systems and several other companies like Rocket Lab. I believe there's a few others. They are all building these small sat launch vehicles to launch tiny satellites for low costs, and PSLV launched 20 satellites at once is good news for them. Next piece of news is NASA saying they will pay up to $30 million to put science experiments on Red Dragon. $30 million is a good chunk of money, and that could really help the development of Red Dragon and help out SpaceX with the mission. SpaceX is planning to fund it completely privately, but if NASA wants to give them some money in exchange for a little bit of the masses it's delivering to Mars, that is good news. It means NASA is interested in having regular shipments to Mars, pretty much. And the final piece of news is Juno. It is very close to Jupiter at this point. It will be inserting into orbit on July 4th. And it will give us a really good look at Jupiter. Right now, we don't really know what's inside of a gas giant. It might be rocky in there and have just a small planet surrounded by an extremely thick atmosphere. Or it could be gas all the way through. We just don't know. We haven't had any spacecraft get close enough to figure this out. So Juno will be the first to do that. Juno will also be able to take some very high quality pictures of Jupiter, which I am really excited for that, because if you've ever seen close-up pictures of like the Great Red Storm on Jupiter, you know that just the clouds and the gas sweeping around in the wind is so beautiful. It's amazing. So I'm really excited to see what comes up in the next few weeks. That's really all the news I wanted to talk about. Definitely not all the news that happened in June. There was a Delta IV launch, an Ariane 5 launch, but I don't really want to take too much time to talk about all that stuff. I want to keep my videos shorter. So if you want to hear more about spaceflight, just go to some website like Spaceflight 101 has good news, nasaspaceflight.com. Once again, I'd just like to say thank you to Ben from the Orbital Mechanics podcast for giving me that shout out. Go check them out. There's going to be a link in the description to their website where you can listen to all of their podcasts. And they kind of actually inspired this channel, so hopefully they do well in the future. They actually kind of inspired this channel. I probably wouldn't have created it if I hadn't been listening to them for the past few months. So yeah, thank you. I'd also like to say thank you to everyone who's been super supportive of the channel in general. It's really cool to have a channel this successful so fast, and I'm really excited to see where it's going in the next few months. But yeah, that's all I really had to say, so I guess I am going to end it here. see everyone next time, I guess. I don't really know how to do outros. I'm just gonna end it.